Hello! Welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today we are going to look at my terrarium houseplants. All the plants I have growing in here and also in the other one. Basically, I'm just gonna be giving you a cute little terrarium update. Let's talk about this terrarium first because I'm so excited about it. Drastic improvements to my plant's growth. Basically, as of filming, plants have only been in there for the last 6 days, which is pretty wild, right? It feels like it's been a lot longer than that, but I think it's just because I daily post. So let's go take a look. And you guys are gonna get to see it during the sunny times of the day. Like, look how pretty. With the Monstera in front of it. It's so pretty. Okay. Push this guy out of the way. Just for now, please and thank you, sir. The boy. Let's get into it. How fun! Here's all the boys. I've been very hands-on since I put them in here because I have had problems in the past. Root rot had happened with like an old greenhouse that I had. If you've been watching my channel for a while, you would have seen those videos. So I've been very hands-on with the plants in here. Well, first of all, we don't really have any updates on this guy. No news there. This is my Philodendron Adama Quincy, and you're correct, she is beautiful. But I did start air layering this one pretty recently. That's what this mess is. If you're curious about air layering, just search Plant Me Ashley air layering. That root has come out in 6 days with the air layering and the extra humidity from the terrarium, which is so exciting. And this whole new leaf right here is just that, heckin' brand new. And look at how beautiful that red is on the underside. It is so crimson. But yeah, air layering works really, really well. And then what you can do is that if you wanted to propagate your plants, this is my favorite way of propagation because literally they will grow an entire root system in here. And then you can cut it, it's already got roots. And if you wanted, you could probably just pot it right up. That's how I'm gonna be propagating all my plants from now on. No more taking cuttings and then like rooting them in water or anything like that unless there's like an emergency situation that we have to fix. This is a brand new leaf he has put out since being in there, and it's not as white as I would like. This is actually the oldest leaf he has, so you can see that it can get pretty white. I personally prefer green on green variegation, and it gives it less of a chance to do this thing and like melt, but I think he's pretty and he's doing good in here so far. So he's actually already putting out a new leaf right in the middle there. Florida Ghost. You can see this one's not even air layered, but he is throwing out this tremendous root. Another growth point, 2 actually. You can see down here, we're getting 2 new growth points. And again, this is literally within the last 6 days this has happened. Check it, like that is just really cool. This one actually needs to be watered, so it's a good thing we're taking this out. This is really cool. So my big thing with this plant was I wanted it to grow back into the soil to try to make the plant a little bit more full, because as of right now, it's just like, it was just like this one really long vine, and it's so beautiful. This is my Monstera, Stanleyana, Albo, Vergata. You'll be so happy to see this. These are roots. Can you believe that? You guys, this is in the last 6 days. Look at that. They're just these big, white, fuzzy, beautiful roots, and they're growing straight down into the soil, which makes me happy because it means that this is going to become plant and then it's just gonna keep growing like that. He's also pregnant again, which is exciting. You can kind of see it starting to stick out of the middle right here. Right in that spot right there. Literally could not be happier with the current situation of this plant. I am so proud of it. I've had this plant for, oh, a long time. It's been a minute now, so. And he's still kicking, so. But isn't that just incredible? Here, I'll show you one more time. You can kind of see there's other smaller roots that are happening as well. Definitely doing something right, so. This plant is just so beautiful, bro. Anyways, how exciting. I think our next really exciting situation is definitely, here, let me get this guy out. I just put this one in yesterday. Out of a Quincy Billy Ty hybrid with my Stanleyana Vergata. But our next really exciting one is this I keep calling this a AAPI in my other videos. It is absolutely not. This is Philodendron Gigas. My mom fell in love with this plant the last time we were at the Potted Elephant in Oregon, one of, if not my favorite place to buy houseplants. And straight up, she just fell in love with it and was like, I need one. So she purchased it and then offered to give me a top cutting. Yeah, here it is. I'm really proud because normally I feel like when people give me cuttings, they don't make it, just because I think I don't have enough confidence in myself as a plant mom that like I can actually take care of it and like get it to thrive. We did it, so that's super exciting. And she's such a beautiful leaf. Like, I love these long leaf plants, these like long and narrow philodendron, and I can't wait for her to just keep unfurling, keep growing in, giving me more babies in the future. It'll be really cool that my mom has this at home and then I have heckin' this one. I don't know, I love it. Jerry Horn, he's doing his best, new growth. This is so incredibly exciting. This is my Philodendron biliaceae, or biliaceae. That's how a lot of people have been saying it lately. We have a new leaf. Check that out, so exciting. We also have a lot of aerial roots that are starting to grow in. All of these that you're seeing, and don't worry, there's just like a little potting soil mold in here, but that's completely normal and healthy. We have a lot of these little aerial roots that are actually starting to form. And I'm so excited. I've always like cut down my biliaceae to make them into other different like plants. I'll sell some, so I've never really kept a full one, but this is the one that I've kept for the longest, and I've gotten it to put out this leaf, which is so beautiful. Yeah, love it. Next, I'm not exactly sure. We have a couple things going on. We don't have anything happening with my Ferrex, which is sad. I've had this since last November and we have yet to see any growth. I know for a fact nothing's like super wrong with it because it's a begonia. You can cut a tiny piece of a begonia leaf off and grow an entirely new begonia from it. So I think that I think he's just rooting himself out. You can see he's working his way with a bunch of these like stringy roots all over. So it could just be that he's gonna fill out the cup first and then start growing for us, but nothing there. Irrigated Philodendron Bromarks, which has been absolutely, dare I say, popping off. I have a pretty bad history with this plant. I got one from an export that was given to me, and I gave that one to Harley. We did a trade back in the day and I just gave it to her because I just didn't want it. I like this plant, but not enough that I'm like super obsessed with it. I do think it's pretty, but it's just not my favorite. But I'm really excited that I like stuck it out because inside the air layering, it is doing so much, and we're getting a brand new leaf right here as well. So I'm really, first of all, air layering is clearly the best thing I could have ever done for any of these plants, but I'm just really excited to see where it goes from here. Then we have these little guys. What are you? Cleopatra? My Begonia Cleopatra. Harley inspired me to get this one, 2 of them, and then I decided to order one as well because I was like, yo, that's a cool begonia. We are getting some new friends, so all of these down here are all new. Then we have my Hoya Imbracata, which you guys, I thought was dead, but you'll never guess. He's throwing hands. Are you freaking even kidding me? Someone literally just told me once, they were like, no, those need a ton of humidity. So I was like, all right, bet. I gave him a ton of humidity. Put out, literally you guys, I can't stress this enough. I put these in there 6 days ago. This happened from me just upping his humidity. That is literally the only thing that has changed, is upping the humidity, so. All right, this next begonia I haven't seen a lot of changes with, but this is my Begonia Malachisticta, and honestly, he is still recovering from the trauma of not being in a terrarium for a really long time. That is really cool though. I actually didn't even see that the Imbracata was growing until just now. I had no idea that was happening. So look at us go. Out here living our best plant mom and plant dad and plant parent life together. Next, we have the Ace of Spades, which literally I just put this in here. So we've seen no changes with this bad boy. But then we have, super excitingly, my Squamiferum, which is doing phenomenal. An entirely new leaf that he's currently working on happening right here. Like, that is so beautiful. So I'm excited to meet this new leaf. This plant is such an easy grower. Here is another exciting one. This is my Alocasia dragon scale, the one that I got at a succulent day a couple weeks ago. And since putting it in there, we are getting this new leaf. It actually just kind of finished unfurling, and we're already getting another guy down there. And the last few things that we have in here are a couple of these philodendron. So this is Philodendron, I think Ecuador glosseus, which is a baby undescribed philodendron I got from my friend Maggie Hells in Seattle, and it's so beautiful. It comes in with these peach colored petioles and leaves that fade to this like glosseous kind of like minty color. It's such a beautiful pastel philodendron. She brought in a couple and I was like, oh my god, that is literally the most beautiful philodendron I've ever seen. And she was like, okay, I'll bring you in an extra one. Philodendron Adama poense that I potted up, and these ones are doing really well. This is actually an entire new leaf that has sprouted since me even putting it in here. I thought we were gonna finally start getting some more red on the backs of the leaves, but it looks like we're still a little bit too immature. But Adama poense is just one of my favorite plants in the world, and I will wait as long as it takes. I think that with this one, I actually might air layer it and then cut it down and then grow a bunch more new plants, because this is just truly one of my favorite plants to grow. They're so easy. I have two other baby poense in here as well, but there's literally nothing to report on them. So let's go look at the other one. How pretty is that view though? All right, so this is my, whoa, I just realized those big new begonia leaves. This is my Botanica's terrarium. This is the cavern size. You are welcome to see the link in the description to get one for yourself. I absolutely recommend it. It comes with grow lights. But let's talk about the plants that are inside. I have not literally given you an update on these plants in forever, so let's do it. Let's get into it. Claro Phallus I got quite a while ago in Salt Lake City at a place called Orchid Dynasty, and I got it to put out a new dude. He's still working on it. He's still like kind of red, which is like the color that they look before they totally finish hardening off. But that is a brand new paddle. He tried to put out another new one at the same time, but that didn't go well, and it didn't make it. But look at it. Is that not the coolest orchid you've ever seen? It's literally the coolest orchid I've ever seen in my life. We're not gonna go through every single houseplant in here because there are so many, but we are gonna go through the ones that are like doing stuff right now. Let's kick things off with my Philodendron Pink Princess. This is a baddie plant, okay? This one I've had for a year and a half. This is a separate plant, the one that I'm separating leaves of. All of these are different than that one. Due to circumstances, it didn't last and it almost died. That is why, even though I've had it for such a long time, it is still so small. So I finally, I feel like, got the whole thing, like all of the leaves basically were like bleaching out like this and dying, which was so sad. This is its newest leaf, and then this was the leaf before that, and then it was this one, and then it was this one. He seems to like be doing like a switching kind of action. This pink princess is from my dear friend Brianna. I adjusted the camera, sorry, I just feel like this looks better. This is from my dear friend Brianna. I'll include her ad at the bottom of the screen. You should go follow her. She's absolutely wonderful and iconic. She sold me for like, I think it was like 80 bucks. Just like this top cutting. It had only this leaf, which had this pink on it right here in the little corner down here, and then this leaf. I got the plant, this was the prettiest leaf that it had at the time. It's this one. I got it to put out 3 more like kind of beigey leaves with only a little bit of pink on them. And then I cut that one just to give to my friend Natalie totally for free, because we're friends. I just cut it and then gave it to her, and I was like, here you go, like you can have this pink princess. This leaf literally came out weeks after that happened. And this bad boy just popped out of literally nowhere, and then he just put out this leaf. Which is like, how do you literally go from like this, which this one's actually pretty nice, but like this, to literally this? Like, how does that happen? All right, we have to talk about my Philodendron Gigas. He is getting pretty big. My plants right now, as they are pretty darn big. I am so scissor happy. So scissor happy with my plants, and trade happy It's rare for me to ever get them just at least this big. I think this is the most leaves I've ever had any plant put out that like I got when it was smaller. This was a gift to me from my friend Brooke. She actually bought this for me and sent it to me as a surprise. It is my favorite, I think top 3 favorite philodendron ever. It is Philodendron Gigas. Very similar to the Melanochrysum, except that it doesn't have a heart-shaped sinus. They're very round leaves. Personally, I would rather have 10 of these before I had a Melanochrysum, to be honest. And the new leaves come out this just absolutely gorgeous like golden dawn color. It's so incredible. And their growth pattern, which you can't see because I am air layering this, is a squiggle. So they literally grow like this. They are just one of the most iconic plants ever. This was its newest leaf before that one, and it was so perfect and big and beautiful. And then I discovered that there was a couple snails in my terrarium. I found a snail in here. I relocated it and hopefully he's living his best life out in the wild, but he did do some pretty significant damage to the leaf, so like that sucks. But it's okay because we got a new one. This plant grows so fast in its super good humidity condition state thing, and I'm just really impressed. Like that looks so remarkable. Here is another really exciting situation. This is my Begonia green Chloristrycta. Very interesting. So when I got it, its leaves were like this, like very, very green, literally no red except for in the middle. But turns out that when you give them amazing light, they actually come out like this and they look really similar to the red Chlorostrycta. Here is actually a brand new growth point that I discovered yesterday during the Discord After Dark. So that is super duper cool, but this is like one of the most beautiful plants I think I have in my entire collection. I keep waiting for these leaves to just like wilt and die off, but they are so strong and happy. I think that they just look like that because before, whatever conditions they were in with the guy I traded with, they probably just like weren't getting the best love. Green Chlorostrycta looks amazing. I've had this plant for a very, very long time. This is one of the first plants I ever got from Botanicas, and this is the Begonia Amphioxus. So remarkable. Actually, the biggest leaves I used to only, like this thing like literally died back almost completely at one point. So the fact that we're getting leaves that are that big is just really incredible. I'm really honestly proud of it because I feel like this year alone I've gotten really good at growing terrarium plants and knowing what they need and things like that. So I'm pretty darn happy with myself. I'm not even gonna lie to you guys. I mean, look at how big those leaves are. They're bigger than my eye, like bigger than my eye socket. It's amazing. And then we have a couple different plants that are actually growing in this pot. This one's getting a little wobbly, but check out those roots. So he's doing super duper good. And then look at how sparkly the undersides of these begonias are. Like, all of that is just shimmer. It's so beautiful. I didn't even realize actually how big and beautiful he was doing until I looked just now. So super happy with this. Literally one of my first purchases ever from Botanicas. I'm exceptionally proud of this Begonia Julau as well. This is Begonia Julau type 2 and definitely my second favorite begonia that literally exists in the world. This begonia is so striking and mesmerizing. I was gifted this last November. How can you look at that and not just immediately fall in love with it? He's also started putting out another little pup who is right here. So a plant that I have that is trucking along is my Philodendron Florida Beauty. This plant I was given by Botanicas. I would never ever in my life be able to afford one of these. It's not something I recommend other people buy either. Please just never go into debt for plants unless it's something that you know you can't afford but you're trying it out. But please, 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 you guys, like once you get up to plants like this, they are so expensive, and unless you have that, which if you do, that is amazing and wonderful, but please, if you are in any kind of debt or anything, please don't spend your money on plants like this. If I was able to get one as a gift from someone, I'm sure that you guys would be able to trade for one eventually. Just please wait, please, please, please wait. There are so many more affordable ways to get plants. Please don't go into debt for plants. But this is my Florida Beauty. I was gifted it by Anya. It is a rehab plant, which is so funny because like Anya's definition of like rehab is like, oh yeah, it's got a little cut. So like this plant is perfectly healthy. Like rehab to me would be like it's a literal stump. She gave it to me and it's doing really good. It actually put out this leaf for me. So this leaf, I don't know if I can claim it because I think it was starting to put it out when it was still in Seattle, but I'm not sure. And I actually mini air layered this. So it had a bunch of soil and stuff, and then it's moss underneath, a layer of soil, and then I put some moss on top. Since putting moss on top, we've actually gotten quite a few of these little aerial roots. So that little white streak right there is an aerial root. And it looks like we're starting to see a tad bit of action within our little grow boy. Yeah, I don't know, I'm excited for this to get big and beautiful because this is one of those plants that just like, you own it and you just feel lucky to even own it at this point. So I hope that I can keep continuing to do that because Anya did make me promise that I would not kill this. So this is my like rehab cup by that other girl, Maggie Hells, I told you about quite a while ago now in this video. It's a Begonia bipennidifida, I believe, and it's known as the feather begonia. It's truly beautiful. And then this is a begonia I had ordered from Anya way back in the day, and I actually had this dying leaf. Literally, this plant, this one is one of the first begonias I ever got. It came in the same box as the Hoya, okay? Literally one of the first begonias I ever bought, and it was a full hydro begonia. And finally one day I was like, you know what? This isn't sustainable. I'm gonna put it in this little hospital cup and see what happens. And we got this leaf, and there's an itty bitty tiny leaf growing out of the original big leaf, and he's doing pretty good. I can't remember what the name of this begonia is. Then we have my little Begonia Amphioxus, which was also given to me by Anya. This plant hates travel, literally. Like, I had one that my mom bought and my mom gave it to me, and she even drove it to me, like it wasn't shipped to me, and it literally died. Same thing with this one. Even though I traveled with it in a humidity cup, I got back to Boise and it just tanked. So I took the little last remaining stem, stuck it in here, and it grew back completely. It was actually had one leaf less than this when I got it. So this is my little hospital cup. Definitely a little success story and one I am honestly super proud of. So that is actually all I have to show you at the moment. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. Thanks for hanging out with me while I show you my little plant haul that I got today and then all of my terrarium plants. Let me know if you have any questions, comments, or concerns. Want any questions answered. I will do my best. I'm not an expert, just a hobbyist. Anyways, yeah, I had fun with you guys today. Thank you for having fun with me as well, I hope. You guys want to join my memberships? I have a membership program, super duper fun. If you're looking for friends in the houseplant community and you're struggling to find your little group, we do have a Discord server that you gain access to with the lowest tier of my membership service. Plus we have a bunch of other just plant community events that we're doing as well. So come on and hang out. Also, don't forget to subscribe, hit that like button. Follow me on Twitter and Instagram. And yeah, I guess I'll see you guys in the next houseplant section. Bye.